to pull it first. Then go to Zoom. Okay. So we'll start with Mangalacharan. Everybody can repeat. Everybody can say along with me. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshur-unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishbhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay. So again, the first part, Om Ajnanatimirandasya. Now the Kahoot is going to be about. So Kahoot is, the idea of Kahoot is we'll build up upon our knowledge. So whatever we have learned in the past, we will build up upon that. So the questions may be from any of the chapters you have read before, right? And any of the Mangalacharan parts we have read before. So the first part is about the Guru. We are praying to our spiritual master because they have given us taken us out of darkness and given us the light through which we are able to look at the spiritual world in a more give us better understanding of the spiritual world, right? So we pay obeisances to our spiritual master. The second part, we are paying obeisances to Srila Rupa Goswami, who is one of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. So they are the disciples of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came with main 5 associates called as Panchatattva. So hint, it might be in the quiz. Panchatattva is basically Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then who's none other than Krishna and Radharani, in the mood of Radharani, and then Nityananda, who is none other than Lord Balram, and then Sri Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya actually called for the Lord to come. So he is one of the senior Vaishnavas, and he called for Lord Krishna to appear, and then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. And then Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Gadadhar Pandit is one of the other Panch Tattvas. Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Srivas Acharya is the 5th of the Panchatattva. Okay, so they are the five main personalities or associates of Lord Chaitanya himself, and then four other associates: Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, Advaita Acharya, Srivas Acharya, and Gadadhar Pandit. Okay, and this is in this second part of the Mangalacharan, we are praying obeisances to Srila Rupa Goswami, who is the uh, primary Goswami, one of the six Goswamis who were the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and learned their teachings from him and helped spread his teachings throughout the world. The third part, this is what we were remembering for the last few times. In this, the first few lines, Vandeham Shri Guru, Shri Yuta Padakamalam, Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha, is paying obeisances to all the teachers in the disciplic succession. Now, disciplic succession means that it is a Guru Shishya Parampara, which means a teacher and their disciple. Parampara means it is not just anybody you can choose as your guru and anybody off the road. It is somebody who has been initiated in that parampara and has learned this knowledge from their senior gurus who are also in the parampara. Okay. Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivan. This is praying obeisances to the six Goswamis. Sa Advaitam Savadhutam. Avadhut is none other than Nityananda Prabhu. Sa Advaitam Advaita Acharya. Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna Chaitanya is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is to paying obeisances to the Panchatattva we talked about. Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha. So this is paying obeisances to Radha Krishna and along with them the gopis of Vrindavan, especially the Sakhis who are Lalita and Vishakha Sati Shaki. They are two of the eight principal Sakhis of Radharani, who help Krishna in their and Radharani in their pastimes. Okay. Any questions about this? Anyone has any questions about this? No? Everyone remembers it? I'm going to get full points on the Kahoot questions from Mangalacharan. Everyone is going to get all the questions right about Mangalacharan? Maybe, we'll see. Okay, Soham has a question. Sarina has a question, sorry.
Can you repeat Goswami's five
Who are the-
Goswami for
Yes, so there are six Goswamis, and Panch Tattva are the Lord Chaitanya and his associates. So Lord Chaitanya and associates are five. So they are called Panch. Panch means five. Panchatattva. So that is Lord Chaitanya and his associates, which is Lord Chaitanya. So I heard you also know the prayer Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. So in that Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya also, we are praying to the Panchatattva, the five. That is Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. So those are the Panchatattvas. We'll go in depth later, but those are the Panchatattvas. Now, the six Goswamis you asked, who are they? Those are called as Shat Goswamis. Shat means six. Okay, in Hindi, Shat means six. So the six Goswamis. So the six Goswamis are Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami. So Rupa Sanatan, they're actually brothers. So and we are following the parampara which is from Rupa Goswami. So we are also called as Rupa Nugas. So Rupa Sanatan Bhatt Raghunath. So Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswamis. I never told you the names of those because it's okay if you don't remember them right now. But those are the Goswamis. I only gave you the names of Roop Sanatan. The others are Raghunath Bhatt, Raghunath Das Goswami, Jiva Goswami. He was actually a nephew of Roop and Sanatan Goswami. Okay. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatt Raghunath, Shri Jiva Das, Shri Jiva Das Raghunath. Yes. Okay. So those are the six Goswamis of Vrindavan. Okay. Now we are going to go ahead with, if nobody has any questions, then we'll go ahead with the story for the day. Okay. Ready? I think Sheetal Mataji is a little busy today, so I can do the story. So let's see. Maybe I'll have to change the screen. Change the. So, can you all see the Krishna book?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So remember when we did the
Yes.
story of
Yes.
killing of Vatsasura and Bakasura, we also discussed about a few other pastimes, which was, um, the fruit seller pastime, hint, hint. And then we also discussed about another pastime about how Rohini, Mother Rohini was calling Krishna, and then Yashoda Maya had to come to call Krishna and Balram because they were playing and not coming back home. And then eventually they came back home. It was birthday of Lord Krishna, and he gave away cows in charity. We discussed how they moved from um, the Vrindavan, from Gokul, they moved towards Govardhan or Vrindavan because of the demons that were troubling them so much. So everybody moved there, and then we talked about the Bakasura and the Vatsasura, how they got killed. Okay, the next pastime is actually a really wonderful pastime, the killing of Aghasura. Anyone knows who's Aghasura? What kind of demon it is? I can't see the hands, so just say if you know.
Uh, Aghasur is a snake, a devil's.
Yes, he's like a big python, like a huge snake. Okay, so we'll start. Early one morning, Krishna got out of bed and blew a buffalo horn to call all his friends together. So see, Krishna is using a buffalo horn to call his friends, just to it's such a sweet way. He has a way, so he just calls and all his friends come over. Keeping the calves in front of them, they started out for the forest. So now Krishna has grown up a little bit, and the Krishna and his friends, they are herding calves. They are not allowed to herd cows as yet, but they herd calves. They are cow herd, right? Those all the people, they are all the Gopas. Their parents are all cow herd people. Nanda Maharaj is the king of them, and they make their living by selling butter and ghee and other things from the cows, from the milk of cows. So here the kids are in charge of taking the calves for grazing. So Krishna blew his buffalo horn and called his friends that, okay, let's go to the forest and do our work for the day and have some fun. So they carried their sticks, their flutes, horns, as well as their lunch bags. Every one of them was taking care of thousands of calves. Wow. Can you imagine? Each one of the Gopas taking care of thousands of calves going behind them. Each boy wore pearls, gems, golden ornaments, and was very jolly and happy. So they were all really well decorated. They seems like they come from wealthy families. They're not they're wearing pearls and gems like that. They began to decorate themselves with flowers, leaves, twigs, peacock feathers, and red clay from so many places in the forest. Now, see how sweet this is. They have got gold ornaments and all those, but what do they want them to decorate themselves with? And that's the mood of Krishna. He doesn't care about money, or he doesn't care about how much gold somebody has, because all he needs is some flowers, leaves, twigs, peacock feathers, red clay from so many places in the forest. So that is what Krishna likes. Anything given to him with love and devotion, he accepts. So these cowherd boys, they are very simple kids, right? They don't want any show off. They don't care about all those things. Those things their parents have adorned them with and put send them out. But what are they having fun with? the basic things which are there in the forest, right? While walking along, one boy caught another boy's lunch bag and threw it to a third. So they're all having fun, how kids play with each other. Somebody is taking someone's lunch and just playing around with it. Um, when that boy whose lunch was missing found out, he tried to take it back. But each boy threw it to another boy. Now, they're all doing it at fun, right? They're just playing around with fun. Boys played many games. One would say, I will go and touch Krishna first. And another would say, no, 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 I will touch Krishna first. Some of them played on their flutes or bugles made of buffalo horn. Some of them made sounds like the cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. While the birds flew in the sky, the boys chased their shadows along the ground and danced like the peacocks. Now, this is so much fun. I wish I had a day I could just be in the forest and do all this fun with gopas. That sounds like a lot of fun. Sounds like when we go for hiking, that's how it looks like they are having fun like that. Some of them climbed up into the trees to tease monkeys by catching their tails or jumping and making faces at them. So the kids are climbing trees and they're making faces at the monkeys or showing their teeth to them. Others played with the frogs and jumped in the water after them. Some went to an empty well and laughed at the echoing sounds calling back to them from deep inside. So, has anybody heard echoes anywhere? Yes. So that's what they're doing. They're shouting out in a well, and if you have ever seen a well, then if you say anything loudly inside the well, then because it's a long, deep tunnel-like thing, it echoes back. The voice echoes back. So that's what they were doing, and they were having a lot of fun. One day, Aghasura watched Krishna and his friends playing in the forest. Now, so see how they are playing here? They are playing, and then sometimes someone will say, I will touch Krishna. Other will say, no, no, I will touch Krishna first. And sometimes they'll behave like frogs. So they will sit like frogs and jump into the water. Just like when frog jumps in the water, they will also jump in the water. So they, Krishna and Balram, were playing with other kids just like regular children do. What is this? That is the huge mouth of Aghasura. That's so scary. So this is a huge snake or python-like snake. And he has got a huge mouth. It looks like a cave almost. And what is happening? All the gopas are happily walking inside it, inside the mouth. Wow, that's so scary. Aghasura was the younger brother of Putana and Bakasura. Now remember, we have already seen that these demons have been killed by Krishna. So this Aghasura doesn't like it, doesn't like Krishna because his older siblings were killed by Krishna, but they were demons and they were trying to hurt Krishna. And that's why they had been killed. And he thought, Krishna killed my brother and sister. Now I shall kill him, along with all his friends and calves. Then naturally their mothers and fathers will also die of sorrow. So he's really mean, right? And he wants to kill everybody. The great demon grew longer and longer and longer until he was 8 miles long, like a very, very fat snake. He stretched his mouth wide open like a mountain cave. Srini, you have a question? Go ahead.
What does sorrow mean?
Sorrow means sad, being very sad. So they will be very sad that their kids are killed, so they will also die. So that's how he was thinking. He's a mean, mean demon. And what he did was he became bigger and bigger, up to 8 miles long. 8 miles is a long distance. It's very, very long. Okay, so 8 miles long, like a very, very fat snake. He stretched his mouth wide open like a mountain cave. So you couldn't even make out that's a snake because he was so big that his mouth, when it was open, it just looked like, oh, that just looks like a cave in a mountain. His lower lip touched the ground, and his upper lip touched the clouds way up in the sky. His jaws were very deep, and his teeth looked like mountain peaks. His hot tongue looked like a wide road, and his breathing was like a very windy storm. His eyes were blazing like fire. Since he wanted to swallow all the boys at once, even Krishna and Balram, he sat on the path waiting. So he became this huge, huge demon, and his tongue just looked like a road. Yes, Shilpa.
Um, who's Bakasur? I know Putna, but who's Bakasur?
Bakasur is the one we discussed it last time. Bakasur was one of the demons that Krishna killed. He came in the form of a crane or a heron, and he swallowed Krishna in his beak. It's a bird. It was in the form of a bird, and he swallowed Krishna in his beak, and then Krishna became really, really hot and killed that demon. So that was Bakasur. There are going to be some questions on him today in the Kahoot. Okay. At first, the boys thought the demon was only a statue, and then they began to talk with each other about him. This looks like a huge snake which has opened its mouth wide enough to eat all of us. So the Gopas are not, so they are very smart, right? The Gopas, even though the demon was looking just like mountain and new peaks and caves, and he thought that all these kids will like to explore and just come into my mouth and I'll eat all of them. But the Gopas are very smart. They figured out that this looks like a huge snake. But even if it were to swallow us all at once, it could not possibly swallow Krishna. Krishna will kill him as easily as he did Bakasur. All the boys looked at Krishna's beautiful lotus like face and they began to clap and smile. They were not afraid, and so they marched forward right into the big open mouth of the serpent. The demon was waiting for Krishna. When Krishna went in too, all the demigods who had gathered to see the fun hiding in the clouds began to cry, Alas! Alas! So all the gods are very scared for Krishna. Now, who was not scared for Krishna? His friends. His friends were very confident that they were so confident that they knew that even if this is a demon, there's no problem. Krishna will save us. So they are supremely confident about Krishna and his power. And but the demigods, they don't know what is happening. So they were looking at what is happening. What is this Aghasur doing? And they got scared that now what will happen now? All the Gopas and Krishna have walked into the mouth of this big demon. So they are very scared. Okay. So what is happening now? So there's a picture here. We don't know what is happening here. We'll see. Let's see. So they were unafraid of being swallowed. We'll come to this after we read this. Suddenly, Krishna began to grow bigger and bigger inside the demon's throat. Aghasur coughed and choked. He could not understand what's happening here. His big fiery eyes moved in pain, and he could not breathe anymore. His life air burst out of a hole in the top of his head, and the demon dropped dead. Smiling, Krishna brought all the boys and calves with him, safe and sound, right out of the mouth of the serpent. Agasur's spirit soul was waiting in the sky like a dazzling light. So, what happened now? Everyone was scared, all the demigods are scared for Krishna, but Krishna in the mouth of the demon just grew bigger and bigger and bigger until the the demon died, and all his life hair burst out of a hole on top of his head, and he dropped dead. And when the Krishna and the everyone safe and sound came out, what did they see? That Aghasura's spirit soul was waiting in the sky like a dazzling light. When the boys and the cows came out of his mouth, they saw that glittering light merge into Krishna's body. Hmm. Now, this is something very interesting. So, what this means is that the body and soul are different. Aghasur was a demon, right? And he was trying to kill Krishna, and he even succeeded in swallowing Krishna in his mouth and all the gopas. And then Krishna killed that demon. But even though the body of the demon died, what happened? His soul, which is separate from the body, even after death, the soul still lived. And then they saw that the soul merged with Krishna. So the soul went back into Krishna. So that's something very interesting. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. The demigods were very joyful and showered flowers on the supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna. They offered prayers, played drums, and sang songs. Jaya, Jaya, all glories to Krishna. The gigantic mouth of Aghasur stayed open, and he did not dry up for many days. Afterwards, all of the Krishna's friends used the dried up demon's enormous body for a playground. So, let's see here. So then we'll have the next chapters. We'll just look at the paintings once more from this chapter and just revise what we have talked about. So this is the first picture where Krishna and Balram, they are walking into the forest with his friends. Now, who is Krishna of all of these? How do you know that this is Krishna?
He has flute.
Yes, he's the one who's usually carrying the flute. And what else? Anything else?
He is blue.
He is bluish black in color. That is also right. What else? Ananya?
He has a
He has a
more
sorry, I couldn't hear you. Say again loudly.
a more punk.
Oh, he has a morpunk. Yes, it's not very visible on the screen, but if you have your books, you can see the picture. And he does have a morpunk. That is right. Okay. What else? Anyone else who hasn't spoken as yet? You can just speak if you haven't spoken yet and know the any other answer.
Krishna always wears flower as jewelry.
So Krishna wears flowers and jewelry. Yes. Okay. So yes.
Krishna
Uh-huh.
always wears yellow.
Yes. Krishna wears yellow. It is also called as. Anyone knows what's his yellow garment called as in Hindi? It has a very.
Dhoti.
It's a
Dhoti.
dhoti. Yes, it's a kind of dhoti. But specifically, his dhoti and his garments are called as pitambara. Pitambar. So that is yellow. Ananya, you still have your hand raised. Do you want to say anything else?
He has a feather.
Yes, he has a peacock feather on his head. Yes, that's correct. Now, who is Balram? This one is Balram. How do you know he's Balram? Anyone?
He's Krishna's brother. Krishna's brother.
Yeah, but how do you know that he is Balram? Why not he? Why is he not Balram?
He's carrying something. He has a weapon called Gada.
Uh, this doesn't look like Gada to me. Gada is a club and it has a rounded top. Neha?
Uh, cause um, he is Krishna, so that should be Balaram.
So he's with Krishna, so that must be
Yeah,
Shri Balram. I like that
yeah.
logic. Okay. And then Shreya,
Prabhuji, he has a plow.
he has a plow. Yes, that is right. That's the answer I was looking for. Yes, so this thing that he's carrying is actually a plow. Okay. So Lord Balram carries a plow with him usually. Okay. He does fight really well with a gada also. And but he usually carries a plow. That's his usual weapon or usual thing that he carries. He's called as Haladhar. Hal means a plow. In Hindi, a plow means hal, and he is called as Haldhar, the one who carries a hal, a plow. Okay. Ananya, you have raised your hand.
He wears blue dhoti.
Yes, he wears blue usually, and then also his complexion is more whitish, like a um. So, so Krishna is like a monsoon cloud, and Balram's complexion is Krishna's complexion is said to be like a freshly formed monsoon cloud, and so it's more darker, whereas Balram's complexion is like a spring cloud, whitish. Okay, okay, we'll go to the next picture, which is right here. So here we talked about this picture. Krishna is playing with his friends, just like regular kids. They're having a lot of fun. They're teasing the monkeys, and this is Aghasur. Aghasur is a huge serpent or snake, and his mouth is looking like a huge cave. And we said it's his mouth. Also, his tongue looked like a long, widening road, and he grew 8 miles long, and his upper jaw was reaching up to the clouds. And this is Krishna, and all the cowherd boys are walking into the road, which was basically Agasur's tongue, and into his mouth. And even Krishna went in. Now, did they know that where they are going? That is this a real mountain cave, or what happened? Do you think they knew where they are going, or they are going to into a demon's mouth? Anyone
Yeah.
know? Yes, they knew. They were just, they had so much faith in Krishna that they knew that okay, even if it's a demon, what's the big deal? Krishna will save us. So they were completely had complete faith in Krishna, and um, they were very close to Krishna. Now we cannot do something like this. We should not be like this because we are not that close to Krishna. We have to try to become that close to Krishna, that he is with us all the time. But because we are in this material world, we have to use our intelligence. And when there is any danger like this, we have to first make sure that we take any precautions that we can. And then, yes, Krishna will save us. But we have to take all precautions not to enter into the mouth of danger, literally. Okay. So this is for the Gopas. They are at a very high spiritual level that Krishna can directly save them because he's even playing with Krishna. So if you have to be saved by Krishna directly and have that much faith, then you should be playing with Krishna also, right? But we can't, we are not at that level right now. So we have to use our limited intelligence. And when there is a danger, we have to be careful from it. Okay. Now, in this one, they're all now. See what is happening here? You see this yellow thing coming in? So now Krishna has grown bigger, 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 and the demon he burst out from the head of Aghasura, And then his life air went out of his head, and it is now coming and merging into Krishna. Now, why is this life air of Aghasur, who's a demon, coming and merging into Krishna?
His soul was going into his body.
Okay, but he's a demon. Why should his soul go to somebody as pure as Krishna?
Because
Oh, all the demons who are killed by Krishna, they actually get liberated. So even by killing, Krishna is actually being merciful. So Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, which means he is the father of all the living entities, even demons. So he cares about them. He cares about everyone. So when the demon dies, when Krishna kills a demon, that demon actually gets liberated. Liberated. Now, what does liberation mean? Yeah, yes. To say, go ahead. Or Neha or anyone wants to say? Yeah, you can unmute and speak if you want to if you want to say any answer. And it doesn't it's not necessary it has to be right. But what do you think about what is liberation?
purified?
Sorry?
Purified?
Purify. Okay. So yes, in a way. So um so so when we say that we are in this material world, what it means is um, you, me, everybody that we see around us, all this is called as material world. Okay. Now there is something that is called as spiritual world. Okay. So spiritual world is that is like what we are reading about, Vrindavan. Vrindavan is spiritual world. And there is a separate universe, separate area that is out of this material world where Krishna lives with his associates, with the Gopas, and this Vrindavan, there's a Golok Vrindavan, which is separate from this material world. So all the universe that we see, the stars, the everything around, the planets, and all this is part of universe. And this universe is just one universe. And there are many such universes. And even beside that is the spiritual world where Krishna lives. And it's actually much, much bigger than the material world. More than three times the material world is the spiritual world. Okay. Now, when I say that I am here or I am Nirbhay, that I is not the person you are seeing as my face or my hand or my body. The person really is the soul. And that soul doesn't die with the body. So, just like we saw for Aghasura, he died, but the soul did not die. The soul
Until the
remains.
one who let go of the Nrsimhadev, did he?
So the soul entered into Krishna and got liberated. And when we say liberated, means that that soul doesn't have to come back into the material world and he can stay forever with um, out of this material world. Okay. So I won't go further into much details right now, but that is a initial concept to know that we are not this body, we are the souls, and our original position is actually in Vrindavan, in that spiritual world, where we can play with Krishna and be an associate of Krishna or Radharani, and like that. Be and everything in Vrindavan actually has life, has consciousness. And then this is another pastime. Krishna is sitting around and his friends are feeding him. They are bringing him different things, and Krishna is sitting and eating with his friends. Okay, so we'll stop the story here and move to the next part of the class, which is the Kahoot. Okay. Anyone has any questions about the story from today? I think everyone is just eager for Kahoot now, huh? Okay. So you all have another device. So make sure you get another device so
Yes,
you're
I
ready
have
to play Kahoot, and I'll share that screen in a moment. Can you see my screen or not yet?
not
Okay. Let me
yet.
share it again.
Now we don't.
Share Kahoot screen. Here we go. What about now?
Yes.
Okay. And you can see the game pin 5415770. Okay. So, all of you are trying to chant Hare Krishna a little bit. At least chant 11 times every day. Chanting is very strong. And when we chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, as we will at the end of the class, it actually brings us closer to Krishna. It is a prayer to Krishna. It brings us closer to Krishna. It has many, many benefits. Chant is that when we are chanting, we should be trying to listen the mantra. So we don't have to focus on anything else other than hearing the mantra. And if anybody has beads, chanting beads, then it's ideal to chant on the chanting beads. But even if not, it's not that you cannot chant. You can chant without beads also. To count the number, usually we use the chanting beads. And one chanting bead round has 108 times. So on each bead, you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Like that, 108 times is one round of chanting.
Nishita.
Anyone else who hasn't joined as yet? Anybody else waiting to join?
Yes.
Okay, I will wait a little bit more.
Which app do we need for this one? I downloaded Kahoot.
Yes, Mataji, you can use that app and just put in this game pin on it.
Huh?
This game pin on the screen, 5415770.
Where can I enter the game pin?
If you go onto the app, it will give you the option, or it will say join Kahoot. So join, or you can just go online and on the browser, go on to kahoot.it.
Oh, Kahoot.it.
Yes.
Yeah, because my
Or
app.
there is an option on your if you have downloaded the app, then there is usually a center button that says join, and you can
I did
join there
not
also.
Dot it.
Kahoot join, maybe. Play Kahoot. Okay, I get the pin now. Okay.
मैं
5415770.
मैं करूँगा बाकी.
Okay, everyone is here now.
हाँ, name आवे दिए
You put in a name.
नहीं.
Raghav is also here now. Hari
What?
bol.
Sorry.
There are 14 people right now.
मेरे को मेरा
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
ready to start?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yay! Let's start.
बैठे
Yeah.
बैठे बोर हुए, करना है कुछ काम, शुरू करो कहूट लेके हरि का नाम. So let's start with Kahoot. Ready or not? Here we go.
It's exciting.
Mangalacharan and Krishna quiz. Killing of Vatsasur and Bakasur. So that's the topic. First question on your screens. Now, Bakasur was a cow, a bull, a heron, or an eagle? What
What's a heron?
form?
What is a heron?
Heron
Yeah.
is a kind of bird, like a crane. Cow, everyone knows. Bull, everyone knows. Eagle, everyone knows, I think. Eagle is also a bird. Okay, most people got it right. Heron. So that is the word that was used in the book. That's why I used it. So if you have the book and read the book, you should be getting more answers right. Okay. And when you read, you should always, if there's a word you do not understand or something, you should ask your parents, or you can ask me when we are discussing, so that you understand what we are talking about, right? Let's see the leaderboard. Sanvi is on top. Nice. Raghav, Navya, Mishita, Pranav are there on the leaderboard. Second question. Fruit seller gave Krishna fruits because Krishna brought her lots of grains in return. She was content to see Krishna happy. She wanted jewels from Krishna, or she wanted cows from Nand Maharaj in return. Why did the fruit seller give fruits to Krishna? Was it because Krishna had bought? So, yeah, she was content to see Krishna happy. Now, Krishna actually went to get some grains, but he could only bring enough which fitted in his two little hands. And that also, by the time from inside he brought to the fruit seller, most of them had already dropped. So, actually, the fruit seller did not, by the time he reached fruit seller, there weren't almost any grains in his hand. But the fruit seller still wanted to see Krishna happy, so she gave him fruits anyways and gave all her fruits away to Krishna without anything in return. She was just so happy seeing Krishna happy. So when Lord is happy, then automatically it fulfills all our needs. We don't need anything else. She didn't want anything else. Okay, Sanvi is still on top. Navya is coming up. Mishita is coming up. Ameya and Serena coming up. Okay. Ready or not? Question 3. Which demon came in the form of a cart? Now, what is a cart demon? Or was it Vatsasura, Bakasura, Trinavrata, or Shattasura? Now, remember, we talked not just from the chapter we have read last time, but also the previous chapters. And if you see, the Krishna book is not that big, easy to read. So some people said Trinavrata, Bakasur, Vatsas, but most got it right. It was Shattasura. So that's Shatkat. I get confused saying that name. But yeah, that's called as he was a card demon. Okay. Oh, some people came up. Darsh and Ananya came up. And oh, Navya and Sanvi are very close together. Ready or not? Here we go. Krishna killed this demon by hurling it around in the air. Hurling means spinning it around. Bakasura, Vatsasura, Putna, or Trinavrata. Which of these demons did Krishna kill by hurling it around in the air? He spun it around in the air a few times before throwing. Vatsasura is the right answer. It was in the form of a cow. And Krishna held his leg, hurled it around a few times, and threw it on a tree. It died. It was trying to mix up with the calves and trying to kill Krishna and Balram. But they knew about him. Okay, Serene came up. Rest didn't change much. Ready or not? Question 5 of 12. The Oh, Mangalacharan. The line Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam is a prayer to whom? Panchatattva, Shad Goswamis, Radha and Krishna, spiritual master and disciplic succession. Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam.
I don't think I thought this one.
So we talked about this today. It is a prayer to Panchatattva. So most people got it wrong. We discussed it today itself. Sa Advaitam, Advaita Acharya Avadhutam. Avadhut is Nityananda Prabhu. So these are the Panchatattvas, part of the Panchatattvas. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, and then, so these are part of the Panchatattvas. So this is a prayer to Panchatattva.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
okay.
Oh, Navya came on top. Nice.
Good job, Navya.
True or false? Krishna and Balram went home immediately when called by their mother Rohini when they were playing. So this is one of the pastimes that we discussed last time. So Mother Rohini came to call Krishna and Balram when they were playing. And then what happened? Did they go back immediately? Yes or no? True or false? Yes, false. And I think one of you even mentioned it in the class last time that they really like Krishna's playing like that. That his friends, they were going to go, and then their friends called them back. Said, no, 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 Krishna, we are having so much fun. If you leave right now, we won't let you play next time. And then they were like, uh-oh, okay, I will just play more. And then Mother Yashoda had to come to call them. And she even scolded his other friends. Oh, no change in the leaderboard. Okay, everybody. Most people got it right. Okay, this is a puzzle, so you have to arrange. So be careful, okay? This is double the points. So you have to arrange it in the right order. The Mangalacharan. So who remembers the Mangalacharan will get this right. So in what sequence does it come? You have to put it like that. In the right sequence. Okay?
Prabhuji,
Yes.
I signed out accidentally.
Oh, the game pin is 5415770.
I don't think-
541.
I don't think this is right.
You can go on to
This
again.
is right.
Everything is right. So you just have to push it to the right sequence. So you have to move it up and down. All the choices will move. You have to move them up and down to put it in the right order. What comes first, what comes later. Only 10 seconds left. Quickly put some order because only 10 seconds left.
I don't
6,
think I got
5,
it.
4,
Four,
3,
three,
2, 1. Okay. So most people got it wrong. So this, you were supposed to remember this by today. So that's why I put these here. But that's okay. You can have more time in trying to remember. But remember the Mangalacharan goes like Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakhaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha. Okay, so keep trying to remember. Okay, a lot of change in the leaderboards. So Mishta came up, Sanvi, Serene came up a little bit, Ananya is on leaderboard. Okay, next question. Why did the residents of Gokul move to Vrindavan or Govardhan? Why did they move? Because they were worried about Krishna's safety in Gokul. Vrindavan had better weather than Gokul. Vrindavan had better palaces than Gokul, or all of the above. So why did they move to Vrindavan or Govardhan? Why did the residents move from Gokul to that place? Yes, so most people got it right. They were worried about Krishna's safety in Gokul because demons kept coming in Gokul. So Putna had already come, then Shatkasura had come, then the Arjuna trees fell. So they were worried about Krishna that what keeps happening? Our Krishna is not safe here. Let's move to another place. So they went
I
to
phone
another
off,
place.
but I was gonna choose that. Okay, I get
Okay.
beat. Oh. Prabhuji,
Oh,
that is
yes.
okay. Sunday. 1 5.
Ready? Should I move to the next one?
Oh, no.
No? Did someone get signed out?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, ready or not, here we go. It's
Let's
another
go.
puzzle question. So another double points question. So the Mangalacharan questions get double the points. So again, you have to put it in the right order.
This is first.
So how does the Mangalacharan start? Some people who remember the first part should even know this.
I do. I remember, so I hope I got it right. I'm just crossing my fingers for that. Yeah, I really want to get this right. Come on. Right on the dot. Is that correct or wrong?
We only have 15 seconds left, so make sure you make your choice.
Students, by the way, so 3 students have to answer. We have 14 students. I counted by the answer.
Yeah.
Yes.
5, 4, 3,
3,
2,
2.
1. Done. Yes. So again, our Mangalacharan
Sorry,
goes
America.
like the first part. Om Jnanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Okay. Oh, Harvey came up.
Okay, good job, Harvey. And yeah, good job.
Next, last 3 questions. Krishna killed Bakasur by becoming too hot in the throat of Bakasur. Is that true or false? How did he kill Bakasur? Did he become too hot in the mouth of Bakasur? Or, yes, more, everybody got this quickly. Last question, second to the last question. Oh, Navya came down, Mishita came up, and Sanvi came up. Hey.
Yay!
Sareen and Soham are on the leaderboard. Let's see. Ready or not? Here we go. Krishna threw Vatsasura to a pond, a tree, a house, or a rock. Where did Krishna throw Vatsasura?
Try.
I think I mentioned it even today.
On point time on fire.
Oh, yes, tree is the right answer. Some people got it wrong. So
Oh,
he
man.
hurled Vatsasura, holding him
Yeah,
with his leg, who's a calf demon.
I'm gonna be a
He
little
disguised himself as a calf. He hurled him around and threw him on a tree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oops. Again a change in the leaderboard.
Yeah.
Navya came up.
Place.
And Sanvi,
Oh.
Mishita, Sareen, and Shri Hari is now on the leaderboard. Hari
I was just
Bol.
up there for just a couple of seconds. Down all of a sudden.
Okay, last question. Ready or not? Here we go.
I'm gonna be second.
The residents of Vrindavan love to talk about their beloved Krishna because Krishna killed many demons at a young age. They all love Krishna and love to talk about his pastimes. Krishna is their only protector and savior, or all of the above.
I got the question. Bro, wait. I don't know if it's right. I pressed the wrong one.
So most people got it right that so all these reasons they love Krishna. The residents of Vrindavan loved Krishna because Krishna was their savior. He killed many demons at a young age. They all loved Krishna, wanted to talk about his pastimes always. and Krishna is their only protector and savior. So they didn't call out to anybody else for saving them. They only called Krishna. So let's see who's on the leaderboard, on the podium. So on number 3 is Sanvi, Hari Bol. Number 2 is Mishita, Hari Bol. And on top is Navya, Hari
Nice
Bol.
clap.
And then we also have Sareen and Ananya on the leaderboard today. And then there are the others. But thanks everyone for playing. It's always fun to play
It's so
and
fun.
participate.
So fun.
So we'll just sing Hare Krishna for everybody, especially the winners. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Once more. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare.
Bye.
Okay. Now, thank you everyone for joining today. We are just going to say Hare Krishna Mahamantra 11 times and then we can end for the day. So we'll say Hare. Everyone remembers the Hare Krishna Mahamantra or no?
Yes, did you remember Krishna? Hamare, yes.
Anyone who does not remember the Hare Krishna Mahamantra?
No, don't raise your hand.
Let me stop the share and then I can maybe pull up Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Let's okay, we are going to say the Hare Krishna Mahamantra 11 times. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram, Ram, Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Rama, Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare, Ram, 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 Hare. Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare.
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
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 Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare.
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Hare.
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama.
Okay.
Hey.
Hari Bol. Thank you everyone for joining. I have one question. Should we say Hare Krishna Mahamantra loudly or softly? It's a tricky question.
Softly. Loudly.
So some say loudly, some say softly. So when should you say it loudly and when should you say it softly? Both are right answers.
Softly when you're at school during a test.
Okay. Okay. Before a test, if you're saying Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you can say it softly. Yes. And anyone else for softly? Navya?
If someone is like if you're in a plane or if someone's sleeping next to you.
Okay, yeah. So you don't want to disturb others. Even in the temple, sometimes, if you're there in a temple and you go to morning prayers with your parents, you may be chanting, and you don't want to chant so loud that it disturbs the other devotees. Because remember, we do have to chant loudly so that you can hear it. Because when we are chanting, our focus is on hearing the mantra. So every word, it's a 16 syllable mantra. So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So when we are speaking, we should be trying to hear what we are saying. Okay, but not so loud that it disturbs the others. Now, when should you say it loudly? Shilpa?
When you're at the mandir and it's like it's chanting loudly all together.
Ah. And here, when we are chanting together, we can speak loudly. If we are by ourselves and not disturbing others, then we can say it loudly. If we are in the Sankirtan, if we are chanting Kirtan, we should sing loudly. Okay. Does anyone know any time when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually inaugurated this movement when you are supposed to sing and chant loudly, even on the streets. It's called as Sankirtan movement. So when we have Jagannath Yath Yatra or when we have our programs and we meet and we are singing Kirtan, we should chant loudly. So loudly that even the insects, even the plants, or anybody and everybody who hears it, it gets purified. So we should chant loudly most of the times. Okay. So if you're not sure if you chant loudly or softly, you should choose loudly. But if somebody tells you that, hey, please chant a little softly, then you should change to softly. Okay. Hare Krishna. Have a wonderful Krishna conscious week, and we next week.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.